My name is Ian and welcome to Planted, my gardening channel. This is my little courtyard and I sometimes buy plants, but I also grow a number of plants from seed. And this is a really good example. This is a beautiful Lilium formosanum. It's an unusual plant. You're unlikely to find it in many garden centres, so I tracked down some seed and I grew them so that I could get a large stand of this wonderful plant. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about you growing seed and how through trial and error you really can have wonderful success and have lots of plants to give away to your friends and neighbours. The first thing to learn when you start to grow seeds is to practice, and I thoroughly recommend that all of you, whether you've done seeds before or you're new to growing seeds, practice on radish seeds. These are very durable, very easy to germinate, and it will give you a great insight as to how seeds grow and the care that they need. Now, I think one of the biggest things and mysteries about growing seeds is the amount of growing medium that you put over the seed. And I like to say that it's the thickness of the seed. It's a very fine covering. Now, for this exercise, I sowed Lilium formosa seeds. These came from the Thomas Jefferson collection. And I've had a wonderful germination rate. And this is what I got. Now, I will typically add a little bit of garden soil to my mix, as I think it helps keep it aerated and also hydrated. Unbeknown to me, the big thick green leaves you can see are Nicotiana sylvestris, which I've grown in my garden for many years. Well, they got the right growing conditions, so not only did my lilies grow, but also my Nicotiana sylvestris. Now, this container is from an oatmeal raisin cookie tray that I got, and it will come with a lid. And this helps increase the humidity, reduce the evaporation rate, but also get you flow. The gap you see at the front is very important. If you can keep this at 65 degrees, maybe 70 degrees, which is about 18 degrees centigrade, many plants will germinate in that temperature. And that's all you're looking for, is to get these plants to put out initial leaves and then a second set of leaves so that they're big enough for you to handle. Now, when I get it set up at this stage, I want to what's called repot. I'm taking my plants out of the germination tray, and this is where many people get a little bit confused. They're intent on potting up every single thing that germinated, and you end up with way too many. This is a common mistake. Using a plant label, you send your little seedlings flying. Now, I did that on purpose to show you how petite and gentle and very fragile these plants are. And you want to carefully tease out the roots, hold your little seedling by the leaf, and any attempt at holding the stem will crush the stem and the plant will suffer. And very carefully you want to lower the roots into the center of the pot, add a little bit of backfill, not too firm, but do get it in the center, and your plant is now repotted. Now, if you wanted to, you could put one seed in each pot and grow 6 plants or 7 plants or whatever you need. But this is where the timing of your seed production needs to match the conditions to put your plants in trays into an environment where they grow. Many people that grow tomatoes end up with way too many tomatoes and they don't know what to do with them. What I want to do is grow about 15 plants, 15 individual lilies that I can put in a large stand in my garden. So I'm very disciplined. I'm going to have 15 plants that I will separate these little seedlings, pot them on, and the plants that are left I can put to one side. Now, when you start to have success with germinating seeds, you then move on to this potting on stage and do get into a bit of a process. I'm currently selecting my 15 plants and putting them into the lid of my propagator, and now I can quickly start to repot them and get them into a pot and then into a tray. And this is where, once you start repotting, don't stop. If you've got seedlings out of their germination tray, you've got to get them into a pot very quickly, otherwise they will dry out and fail. Now, I overfill the pot but don't compact it. I make a very large hole in the center and gently lower the seedling down. And with a little bit of pressure on the sides, that plant is now repotted. do get in the habit of reading the packet. It will give you a germination time frame, it'll give you a temperature, there'll even be a seed count. And you can use that as a guide, but don't ignore it. It's very good information and very relevant to the secret of your project. If it says to you that you should germinate them at 70 degrees with a light coat of growing medium on top of the seed, do exactly that. Now these pots are in a medium that's not wet. I don't want it to be cold and heavy and dense. So the bag that I used was stored in my basement, which is at 55 degrees, so as not to shock the plants. And then I routinely take the top off a sprayer bottle and then put my finger over the end and then drizzle water over all of the plants, as you see here. I don't want them soaking wet, but I make sure that I get water where the plant is touching the new growing medium. This is the problem that we face. We sow the entire pack. I use maybe 20% of my germination. Look how many more I've got that I can give away to friends and family. But seeds come in a number of different ways. You can put them directly in the ground and leave them there. You can grow your own on a windowsill and repot them, like I've just shown you. But if you're a keen gardener with an eagle eye, you need to get out there and start noticing what nature can give to you. This is a plant called euphorbia that's setting its own seeds in summer. This was last year, and I was delighted to find them. Now, if you have layers of mulch and you're forever trimming and weeding, chances are that you won't spot this. You won't spot these little gifts that nature is giving you. But there they are. So thank you so much for watching. Practice on radish seeds, get the temperature right, handle them with care, get them out into your garden, and you will have wonderful success. Bye for now.